All right. We're not even going to wait for people today. We're just going to get right into it. No? Wait for people? He never preps me. I should have known. I gave him some props today. I said he's doing good as a producer because whenever things inevitably go wrong like they always do, he says, don't worry about it, we'll figure it out. And so that's exactly what a producer says.
But you spoke too soon?
I did. Well, yeah, okay, I probably spoke too soon.
Not on the greatest producer part, though.
No, he is the greatest
Still
producer.
the greatest producer.
Yes, greatest producer in training. Don't want to bestow anything on him yet. All right, here we're going to go. Today we have episode 9 of The Fields. Welcome everybody. I'm Jeff. With me as always is the lovely Dr. Bex. Today we're going to do something a little different. We want you all out there in viewerland to experience what it is like to sort of be a patient. What you can expect from a patient experience here at Feel State. So we're going to do a little role playing. Today Dr. Bex is going to play the role of our patient and I am going to play the role of our budtender. We are going to take you from check-in all the way through checkout, and yes, Dr. Bex actually is a medical patient, so she will be making the purchase so you can actually see what that is like. We just ask that you hold off on the shout-outs and the questions until the very end, because once we finish with that, we are going to take things into our private consultation room, and that's where we're going to give props, shout-outs, and answer any questions you have. So without further ado, why don't we put our acting caps on, and I'll see you back in there.
All right.
All right.
Woo! Do I go this window? Probably. Hi guys.
Hello, young lady. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Feel State.
Thank you so much. So glad I found this place.
I'm happy to have you. Do you happen to have your medical ID? Thank you, ma'am. Looks pretty good. Rebecca Johnson. Here you go, ma'am.
Thank you.
One of my colleagues will be right out with you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Anytime. My pleasure.
All right.
Ms. Johnson, how you doing today?
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, don't forget your wallet. Please come on back. Welcome to Feel State. So, allow me to give you the dime store tour here, okay?
All right.
So, what we have right here is our accessories case. And I always like to start here because it's an awesome opportunity for me to ask our patients what kind of consumption methods they prefer. So, what kind of consumption methods do you prefer?
I would prefer a vaporizer, I think.
Vaporizers? Okay.
I heard that might be better for me. I don't know. My doctor recommended for my coughing that I maybe check out a vaporizer.
Okay, well we have a couple of different options for you here. We have the PAX 3 and the PAX regular. Both of these can take dry herb flower. You use a grinder to grind up a small amount of flour, put it in the bottom of the device, and rather than lighting it on fire, it actually heats it to temperature, heating the moisture in the plant material to the point where it releases the cannabinoids and the terpenes. Now I see you have our patient guidebook there. How familiar are you with terms like cannabinoids and terpenes?
What?
Okay, so definite first-time cannabis person. Okay, why don't we go from our case here to our edibles and we can discuss a little bit about what's in that book.
All right.
We want to make sure our patients here at Feel State are more educated when they leave us than when they came in. So we put this together for you so you can get as much information in a small compact package as possible. So let's quickly take a look at some of the information in there. You're going to start with our common glossary of terms. Now you think, why do you need a glossary? Well, For example, the endocannabinoid system, which you'll learn about in here, was only discovered in the mid-90s. So there's a lot of science that is still being discovered, a lot of terms and vocabulary that's changing. Like, for example, we don't say strain. A strain is what you do when you hurt your back or if you get some kind of a virus. We say chemovar. Chemovar is a more accurate scientific term that takes into account the different chemical compounds of the plant, not just things like high THC percentages.
Okay.
You're also going to learn about the endocannabinoid system, which is the series of receptors found all throughout our body that cannabinoids and terpenes interact with. You will learn about different dosing strategies and things, how to get started. And let's stop on the book now because we can talk a little bit about dosing strategies, the concept of microdosing. Have you ever heard about microdosing before?
No, a small dose.
That's close. Microdosing is taking the minimum amount of cannabis necessary to get the beneficial effects that you need. So, for example, we have some gummies here that are 10 milligrams per piece. But some of our patients might find that to be a little too much, so they can microdose the product by cutting it in half or cutting it in quarters. So that 10 milligram piece becomes either 5 milligrams or 2.5.
That makes a lot of sense. So start with 2.5 milligrams.
Start low and go slow. You cannot unconsume what you have already consumed. So it's best to take less and take a little more later if you need to.
All right.
Now, we have a wide array of products here. Unfortunately, most of them have sugar in it.
Okay.
Right now, there aren't a lot of savory options on the market. We do have some wonderful sugar-free lozenges right here. 15 milligrams per dose and 30 lozenges per container. We have some tinctures here that are ratioed. Are you familiar with the concept of ratioed products?
Ratioed of what?
Okay. These products right here contain THC and CBD.
Okay.
When they have different amounts or same amounts, they are called ratioed products. So this 1-to-1 has equal amounts of THC and CBD. And this 1 to 10 has 10 times the amount of CBD to THC. Now sometimes it can flip around the other way and you can get higher THC with lower percentages. And that's something we'll talk about when we get down to the vape cart because we have a wonderful product that is ratio 20-to-1. But until we get down there, let's talk about some of the products here in the case. So, large selection of gummies from Wana, Robots, High Five, Vivid, and Smokies. As a matter of fact, right now Smokies is taking over. They are very aggressively entering the Missouri market, and they want to make sure they make an impact, which is why we are able to price these at $20 for a 100 milligram bag and $40 for a 250 milligram bag.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, yes, I'm sorry. Please.
No, some of these gummies are just that price alone for 10 of them, $40.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Now, do you have any experience with edibles, cannabis at all?
I have tried cannabis edibles before.
Okay.
Back in college, somebody slipped me an edible, and I tried a gummy, and that's all I remember. It was one of those kind of nights.
Okay. Well, the good thing about the products here is they are third-party tested. They're also regulated by the state. So you know you're not getting something that you might get from your guy down the street or something your friend might have made in their kitchen and decided to share with you. These are going to be guaranteed to have the same dose every time. In fact, that concept is called being homogeneous, where all the ingredients are mixed together equally, so that if you do need to microdose a 10 milligram piece, when you cut it in half, you know that's going to be 5 milligrams and 5 milligrams, not 7 and 3, because they didn't mix the batch correctly. These products are all homogeneous. Now, there are more than just gummies and tinctures. We have different types of capsules for those that prefer to take their medicine in pill form. We also have carbonated and non-carbonated beverages. Different strengths, 26 milligrams for the can, 100 milligrams for the aluminum bottles, and then 200 milligrams for the lemonade and the kiwi strawberry.
Wow, 200 milligrams. Am I supposed to drink that all at once?
No. You don't want to drink that all at once, especially being a novice consumer. What happens is we're going to give you a small plastic cup that is going to be marked in milliliters so you can take an exact, accurate dose. In fact, we've provided in the back of this guidebook for you a way to track your experiences. Blank journal pages.
Wow.
So you can document the date and method of consumption, the product's name, who you were with. That's all very important part of the experience. If you take cannabis around a bunch of people that have a lot of energy, you might find yourself feeling a little bit uncomfortable. You might want to separate yourself from something like that. Put yourself in an environment where you feel more calm and comfortable.
Hey, learn something new every day.
But
This is great.
back to the beverages, the best thing about the 200 milligram, screw top cap. So you can pour yourself a dose and put the cap right back on and not lose the carbonation that comes with these beverages here. These are modeled after sodas.
No way.
Yes. Now, if you don't want to take the entire bottle, and I definitely recommend not doing that, the way to save the carbonation, take a little piece of saran wrap, rubber band, trap it on the top. That'll help preserve the carbonation. Or you can simply take an empty ice cube tray, pour the beverage in there, make yourself some medicated ice cubes. The product is activated, so whether the carbonation is there or not, whether it's frozen or liquid, the medicine is still active.
Has anyone ever told you you're a genius?
No, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, did you have any questions about any of the products here in this case?
What about those tinctures there? I was told that might be best for me. My doctor recommended that I try a product with CBD in it, in the tincture, but
Okay.
I don't know anything.
Well, your doctor may have recommended you taking CBD in addition to the THC because your doctor may have felt that THC on its own could provide some unwanted or uncomfortable side effects. Adding CBD to the mix helps mitigate that. See, the way it works is we have these receptors all along our cells, and they stick up waiting for something to come along. THC comes along and locks into place and becomes active. But if you overstimulate your receptors, you can start feeling a little uncomfortable. So here comes CBD, comes along and docks on the same station, and it lessens THC's ability to do its job. So there are less psychoactive effects, less anxiety, things of that nature.
Wow. All right.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, sir.
All right. Let's move on down to our flower section.
All right.
Now, I know you said your doctor didn't want you to necessarily smoke, so I will be brief about the flower because you don't necessarily have to smoke it. You can actually cook with it. You can make your own medical preparations right on your stovetop.
Okay.
And we have a lot of wonderful flour with which to do that.
Nice.
Now we have multiple brands: illicit, Heya, Terpene, Head Change, Proper, Flora, and Sins. Starting at the top of the mountain with illicit, they have it branded Indica, Sativa, Hybrid, terms that people are comfortable with. We're trying to break that paradigm though. We're more comfortable talking about type 1, type 2, and type 3 chemovars, which is information you're also going to find there in your guidebook. Type 1 is going to be really high in THC. Type 2 is going to be more balanced, like the ratio products we talked about. And then a type 3 is going to be CBD dominant.
Okay.
Now, we do have some smell jars as well. We are one of the few dispensaries in the state of Missouri that offers this for our patients because you can look at a product, but that's not going to let you know what it actually smells like. And smelling it is such an important part of the experience. This is Forbidden Skittles by Alyssa. What do you smell?
I smell a forest.
A forest. What else do you smell in there?
I smell gas.
Okay. Well, you smell forest and you smell gas. So let's take a look at the terpene profile of that product. Forbidden Skittles. We are looking at myrcene, alpha-pinene, and beta-pinene.
Oh wow, so I did smell that forest.
Pinene, as you will learn in that book, is a wonderful terpene, a natural chemical that occurs in the cannabis plant. In fact, they grow right alongside of cannabinoids. In fact, take a look on the wall right there behind you at the anatomy of a cannabis plant we have right there. See where it says trichomes? Those are resinous glands that produce cannabinoids and terpenes. And in the ball on the top of that stick, that is where cannabinoids like THC and CBD and terpenes like myrcene and alpha and beta pinene grow.
Wow.
So when you look at this product and you see those frosty little crystals in there,
Whoa.
those are the terpenes. So you can get a good close look at what we got in there. Notice that keef on the side of the jar, those little specks? Those are the trichomes. And when they fall off the buds or the flowers, we call it keef.
Wow.
What you can do is you can trap that keef in a grinder. It stays in the bottom and you can scoop a little bit up, and it's like putting a cherry on top of a bowl for yourself.
Oh, a little cherry on
A
top.
little cherry on top.
I love that for me.
Now, the state of Missouri doesn't require terpene testing. Only a couple of companies right now are doing it. Illicit is one of them, Proper is another. And they print the profiles right on the back of the jar.
Lovely.
Hopefully going forward, they'll either change the law so that terpene testing is required, or other growers are going to say, you know what, it's important that patients know what these chemicals are. We're going to put it on the back of the jar.
Okay.
All right, so let's put these back. Did you have any questions? Well, I said you could actually, you can cook with this stuff.
Yes, I am a baker, so I would love to bake with this stuff. What is the best product to bake with?
Well, you can bake with pretty much any flower. You're going to want to use the buds of the flower or shake. If we do have some shake here from Terpene, they're cherry diesel, so that would be a good way for you to start. You wouldn't need a grinder or anything. You just need a cookie sheet. Dump the shake onto the tray and put it in your oven at about 220 degrees. You're going to want to keep it in there for about 45 minutes. And what that's going to do is turn the acidic form of THC into the non-acidic form, and it's going to make that chemical active. Once it's been in there for 45 minutes, you can take it out, and now you can use that activated flower in whatever product you want. You can turn it into butter, you can infuse it into oil, you can take that oil and make brownies, you can take that oil, you can make lotion, you can make a salve. There are all kinds of products you can make with it. The internet is a fantastic place to start to look for good recipes.
I'm gonna be rich.
All right, now when you came in, you said your doctor mentioned vaporizing, so let's go down to our vaporizing section.
Awesome. Yay.
Now we have quite a bit going on in here, so let me break it down for you. We have, these are the ratioed products that I was talking about. These guys are made by Proper, so on the back of the box you're going to see the terpene profile, so you can help dial in your experience. These are rechargeable and they are disposable. Why would you need to recharge a disposable vape? Well, that's because you get an exact metered dose every time you use the device. After 2 seconds, it shuts off. So that way you get that exact ratio of 20 to 1, or 5 to 1, or 1 to 1.
I get that.
Now, we have some products here that require a very specific battery. For example, we have AeroPods here. You have to have the AeroPod battery in order to use the AeroPod pods because the connection is magnetic and not threaded. The newest product we have that requires their own battery is packs. The PAX era. These guys are pretty slick. We have two different versions, the lower priced and the higher priced. The lower price comes with an array of functions that you can access through an app. Now, right now, the app is only available for Android phones. Apple's probably going to be coming soon, but if you've got an Android, you can download the app, and what that will allow you to do is make exact temperature control settings, length of time for the inhalation. If you get the more expensive one, you can actually download the COA, or the Certificate of Analysis of the product itself. So the little juice in there comes with a certificate of analysis that you can access through the app. But again, it requires its own specific battery. Now, for the rest of these guys, all you need is what's called a stick battery. It's just a standard battery that is USB recharged. You just thread something onto the end, plug it into your computer or wall socket, what have you, and then you can recharge the battery. And then you take a threaded cartridge and thread it onto the device. Now, we have multiple brands: Vivid, Heartland Labs, Teal, but then we get to these guys right here. And this is where I really like to have my vape products. These products are called Live Resin.
Live resin.
Live Resin, yes. Live Resin is different than the other vape cartridges. When you use the flower to make the vape cartridges, that flower has been hanging in a humidity-controlled room exposed to the oxygen. Oxidation is going to happen, so you're going to lose some cannabinoids and some terpenes in the curing process. But with live resin, as soon as the plant is harvested, it is immediately frozen. That traps as much moisture, cannabinoids, and terpenes as possible. So when they process that biomass, all those extras are in there. And it makes for a much more flavorful and, well, let's put it this way, it doesn't irritate my nasal passages as much as other vape products do.
Okay, I'm ready to check that out then.
Now, it's called a standard 510 thread, so it'll thread on pretty much any battery that you can get in whatever head shop you happen to find it in. We do have some stick batteries here at Feel State, should you want that. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about here are concentrates. Concentrates aren't necessarily for a novice patient. That's because, like their name says, they are highly concentrated. They take the plant and they strip it down to its essentials, and they take them and recombine them into different products like diamonds and sauce, sugar, batter, and live resin. Now, those names are for the description, what the products actually look like. So diamonds and sauce are going to look like little crystals sitting in a pool of liquid. Sugar is going to look very much like granulated sugar crystals stuck together. And batter is going to look like kind of like whipped cake batter.
No way.
They all have very high concentrations of cannabinoids though. For example, the gelato live sugar from Head Change, that's 84.32% THC and only 0.2% CBD. So for you, your doctor saying you're looking for a more ratioed product, you don't find a lot of ratioed concentrates. So your best bet for the concentrate would probably be a ratioed pen.
Okay. I might check out that focus one. Just because I need a lot of focus in my life. I need to be focused on Feel State.
Well, you can take the focus and you can turn it to that booklet right there. I'm sending you home with some homework, okay?
Alright.
I want you to, you don't have to memorize it, but I want you to familiarize yourself with it because it's going to make it easier for you to fill out those blank journal pages in the back. Now, are there any products here that I have discussed that you have any questions about?
There are so many products. I believe I would need to just take it all in first. I don't even know what to ask.
Okay.
But I'm good. I don't have any more questions. You've answered everything thoroughly. Any question I might have had, I think you answered it.
Well, if you do think of any more questions down the road, or if you have any family or friends that would like to learn more about cannabis, we do free consultations here at Feel State.
What?
Yeah.
Free?
Free consultation, 15 minutes or half an hour. All you have to do is go to our website, myfeelstate.com, and we can have that consultation either over a computer, so you can be in the comfort of your own home, or we can do it here on site at the dispensary. If you go straight ahead and to your right, we have a consultation room.
Oh, nice.
Now you can go ahead and make yourself comfortable right there. And this is where we have our consultation.
Get out of town. This is a nice little place you got here. Nice little posters and plants. It's got it going on. Oh, the terpenes.
Yep, we've got posters about terpenes. We've got it about cannabinoids over there. They're absolutely amazing. Take a look in the guidebook here. We're going to start with the cannabinoids. So we've got ones like CBGA. That's the mother of all cannabinoids. When the plant first starts growing them, that's the very first one that the plant produces. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's break character for the moment. That was fun. How'd we do out there, folks? All right. Shoot us some comments here.
Yay.
Let's turn to this. Renee, get it, Doc B.
Oh, love you, Renee.
She
Thank
tunes
you,
in every
girl.
week. Thank you so much for tuning in, Renee.
She my girl.
Amanda, girl, you're gonna love it. See y'all later on this week. You guys got something going on that I haven't been invited to?
No, see y'all later on this week.
Oh, she's coming in.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, I get it. John Burton has a question. Why does anyone need that much THC in a small dose? He might be referring to the 20-to-1 ratioed pen.
Or the concentrates.
We have sometimes patients who are in an awful lot of pain. Without naming anyone specific, we have had cancer patients, we've had terminal patients, and some of those patients require more cannabinoids than raw flower or an edible can provide. So that's why they make the concentrates, higher THC percentage products, where a lot goes a little. What's the old phrase? A little dab will do you?
A dab will do ya.
And it certainly will.
Don't do more than the dab now. Don't do that now.
Melissa Adney says, lots of valuable information. Thank you for the explanations. Melissa, you are more than welcome. We'd love for you to have you come on down. Again, free consultations, any other additional information about cannabis you would like to find out, we're here for you. We'll do the research and we'll get back to you on it. Doctor, we've got an honest to goodness doctor here.
I just had a lovely consultation this evening. It was a first-time patient, so a first-time dispensary visitor ever, and I walked him to this room and sat him down and talked turkey about his cannabis journey, how he started in cannabis, how he wants to continue through cannabis, and how Feel State can partner with him along his journey. So it was amazing. I think it was definitely longer than 30 minutes. It may have been close to 45, along with the grand tour I give. So he was definitely leaving the doors smarter than he came in, and I call that a success.
It was definitely about 45 minutes to an hour. And that's the thing. We say 15 minutes to a half an hour on the website. But really, if you want to talk to us all day long, talk to us all day long. Pick our brains. We love talking cannabis around here.
OMG, we love it.
John Burton, wow, a replacement for painkillers.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually one of the qualifying conditions according to the state of Missouri. If you are trying to replace a medication in your medicine cabinet, trying to give that medicine cabinet a makeover, then cannabis is a wonderful tool to help replace some of those medicines that aren't working for you.
Yep, Feel State is queen of medicine cabinet makeovers because they have the queen clinical cannabis pharmacist on their team. And we love flipping cabinets here. You are putting away those Advils, those painkillers, those anxiety medications, and you're turning it into Blue Dream or Purple Chem or
Amend 1-to-1-to-1 topical pain cream.
yeah, or a lollipop. Like, what do you want? We got it. It's cool.
Renee says Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Renee.
Happy
Hey,
holidays.
hey, from Dr. Bex and I and everybody here at Feel State, we hope everybody out there, you and yours, had a wonderful holiday season. We can't just say Christmas. There's Kwanzaa. There's Buddhists. Hanukkah. There are all kinds of nationalities and denominations out there that aren't necessarily Christian. So, happy holidays to everybody.
Yay.
Okay. Let's see. No, Juanita just gave us a little pink-haired girl
Love
smiling
you,
with a heart.
Juanita. Love you right back.
Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up for today. This was a sort of
man.
non-traditional, but it flowed. I don't know how many minutes we got, but it flowed. We hope you guys got some valuable information. Please come on down here to Feel State. You can expect the same kind of customer service and just loving outreach that we do here. We love our patients and we want them to get as well as we can. We're here to help you. So come on down to Feel State, 444 How to Shell in Florissant.
All right, bye-bye. Yay.